God damn it. Ugh.
Hey everybody, this is Mike from Beyond Two Wheels. As I'm sure you see in the opening, you know what this video is about. I don't do a lot of voiceovers, mostly because I feel like my voice sounds kind of annoying, and it's hard to smoothly say what I need to say at times. But today, I'll make an exception. So this is some video from a ride I did about a year ago. I was going through some rough times, and I just needed to go out for a ride and clear my head. The ride was kind of short notice, so none of my friends were available, and it was probably better that way because I had a lot of thinking to do. I parked at a friend's house who lived close to some riding areas and set out. I've ridden this particular road probably 20 or 30 times. I knew it was nothing challenging and it was out in the middle of nowhere, so I knew I could get away from everyone. This is a Forest Service road. It's used by a lot of people, and it's not real tough. Like, a pickup could easily drive this road, so there was nothing difficult or special. Just a nice off-road cruise, at least I thought it was going to be. This is spring 2020, so there are a lot of downed trees and limbs because of the snowfall in the winter. And there was actually a crew up there cleaning up some of the fallen trees. This was also during the start of the pandemic, so many things were closed off. At one point, I had planned to take an alternate route back, but because it would have been through an OHV area, the road was blocked off by K-rails. So I ended up having to go back the way that I came. Now, like I said, this is kind of an easy route, simple cruise, so I elected not to wear anything but the minimum riding gear. Like my jersey, my pants, my boots, my helmet, and my gloves. Assuming I would be fine, I did not wear any pads or protection. No elbow guards, not even my knee and shin guards, and that was my mistake. I ended up washing out the front tire in a rut that had loose rocks in it, and I hit the ground between probably 30 and 40 miles an hour. It happened so fast I was kind of confused. I watched the video over and over, and I still cannot figure out what happened. My only guess is my rear wheel had more traction and pushed the front. In any case, I was now laying on the ground in pain, and my bike was stuck on my leg.
Come on.
I wasn't really sure how injured I was. Um, I wasn't sure if the bike was damaged, and I was alone, and I had no cell service. Now, I do carry a Spot Gen 3, and really, I could call for help from my wife or my friends if I needed to, but luckily, I was okay for the most part. I picked myself up and started to assess myself. Everything still moved properly, just some pain. I have some skin missing on my elbow, and I took a pretty good hit to my left knee. So I pick up the bike and got it on the side stand. Pull out the one thing I was smart enough to carry, which was my first aid kit. After a few minutes of checking over myself and the bike, another guy rolled up on his dirt bike. He was very nice to check on me and refused to leave until I started my bike, and he knew that it was going to run, which to me is just another example of our great motorcycle community. I mean, this guy could have just rolled by and been like, hey, because I already have my bike up and on the center stand. So after the bike started, he rolled off, and I cleaned and dressed my wounds a little bit, straightened out a few things on my bike, and started making my way back to where my car was. So now I'm riding much slower. Pain is starting to set in my knee, and I get to see for the first time in my life a live bear. I know that sounds kind of silly. But as a 40-year-old man, this is the first time I've ever seen a bear out in the wild. So that was kind of cool. I didn't get very good video of it, but it was just kind of it was like a silver lining, Then at this point, I have to move over for an oncoming truck, and I was trying to stop and tell him that there was a bunch of downed trees and he probably wasn't going to be able to get by. And I tried to put my good leg down, and I dropped my bike again. But I pick it up, continue back to my car. So, a few things I feel like I can take away from this little adventure. First, if you can avoid it, try not to ride alone. Although I wasn't seriously injured, could have been. Second, always wear protective gear, because as you can see, you never know. Third, have a med kit. It's a lifesaver. My kit even has simple meds like ibuprofen and Tylenol. It's got, antibiotic ointment, has some gauze and band-aids, and you can get the whole kit at Walmart for like $15. Fourth thing, we are a motorcycle community. If you see someone on the side of the road, stop and check on them. They could be out of gas, they could be injured, whatever. Especially in the middle of nowhere. You could be the last person they see for hours, and they may not have cell service, or may not carry a spot, like, I do know there's a lot of people out there that go unprepared. Fifth thing, motorcycling is good for your soul. It's good for mental health, it helps alleviate stress, forces you to focus on the task of riding, and helps you set down the other things that are cluttering your mind for a little bit. So, it's a good thing to do. Well, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me biff it. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Thanks again for watching.